Talk about something we do see sometimes, which is freebies. So unless you're a small shop and you happen to be using a freemium service like the free level of Asana or free level of Trello, free licenses are not going to be free. And here's where we see this is very often we'll see situations where bundles where an enterprise already has, it's like they work with an ERP or an IT service desk provider of some kind, and they start looking for a tool, and somebody says, oh, hey, our ERP has a plugin for PPM, let's just get that. Or, hey, our ITSM, they've got a plug-in and we can just add it and it's their PPM tool and it's great and we can get those licenses for free. And you can get good deals on licenses, but one thing that we would warn you with is don't pick a tool just because you can get a deal on it. Because what we've seen over and over is if you implement the wrong tool, it's going to cost you, even if it's cheaper right now. Because I can talk about a very specific client that we worked with in the past, and they went through a 4-year journey where they had an ERP tool and they needed to find a good resource management tool. And they said, look, we need a way to manage our resources and our projects. Let's use our ERP's PPM plugin. That'll be great. We can get it for basically free. So they implemented it. They paid maybe they got the licenses free, but they had to pay for the implementation. They had to go through all the change management, train all their people, take all the time out of everybody's day for weeks or months, whatever it was, to get that thing onboarded and launch it. Found out it just would not work for them. It was not fit for purpose. So they got rid of that, and then somebody said, hey, our ITSM has an add-on that will do all this. Let's bring that in and let's do that. And the same thing, they got free licenses this time. Then but they still had to pay for implementation services, training, change management, get everybody onboarded, move all the data over. And they tried and struggled and struggled and struggled, and they had to pull the plug on that. Then they finally said, look, let's go ahead and do a proper requirements gathering and let's pick the right tool for us. And it was finally that third one that we were fortunately involved in that implementation that they finally implemented and was successful. And that whole journey took them 4 years. So those cheap licenses and the free licenses not only cost them a whole lot of money, it cost them years of opportunity cost before they could figure that out. So that's kind of our word of warning there, and something to think about. Again, if you can get a bundle deal and they do meet your requirements, and great, go for it. But our recommendation there is don't just buy them just because you can get them for free licenses.